Alright, welcome guys. This is gonna be an advanced guide, or if you're really trying to up your game to the next level. Um, it's a game I played yesterday. Both of us are Conqueror 3 and it was H3 against English. And I'm gonna be playing two scouts. Here, first of all, I'm gonna run into a scout. This is just a small tip. This is not the focus of this video, but what's gonna happen here is that he's gonna cut me off. So we're both heading towards. I'm trying to get that sheep. Now we spot these, and I'm trying to get them. We get an equal split, and he's kind of cut me off towards here. And then this scout I'm gonna use to go forward. So now this scout was on a trajectory to kind of just go into the corner, go to the back of his base, but because I realized that his scout is probably gonna walk this route, I should freely clean as much of that part of the map first, and then I face him here or something, or cut him off towards this, and I get a very high percentage of the map. So this is a small adjustment that I make, that I go here instead because of this scout interaction that we had here, but whatever. It's a side note on the video. These sort of things can get you sheep lead sometimes. Like I got all these sheep that he could have gotten. But okay, I digress, and we're gonna focus on the point of the video, which is gonna be in feudal age. Okay, so I see him aging relatively fast. He had a couple of hills on them, and he was not on stone. So for now, he's not going for a second TC. So I got some information there, and I kind of know what he's roughly up to. He's most likely gonna try to feudal all in. Okay. I'm going Aachen here, by the way. Sometimes I got mine work. Okay, so now the second point of information, my scout is here. Whenever I get vision like this, I will always click the mine. Because clicking the mine gives me a rough idea of what he's gonna do. Is he gonna be spamming a lot of units, completely all in? Is he maybe going to castle if I see a lot of hills on gold? Or, how's he playing? So the fact that he's mined this much and there's a mill here, I know he's going wheelbarrow. So that decreases the units by like at least 2 longbows or something. It's just like not completely balls to the walls all in. But he does age up relatively fast because he was aging with 4 vills for probably the majority of the time. I think partly it was 4 vills, partly 3 vills. So I'm gonna use this scout to check if there's aggression coming, and then this one is just gonna bring the sheep home. Now I'm going archery range. I'm rushing it up because he ate up pretty fast, and full archery beats English feudal all in pretty easily as well. So I always think this is a good matchup for archery, especially if the opponent is trying to be aggressive. And I'm just gonna add a second archery range here in a second. I don't think you have to play game to cav at all against English, because full archer just beats them. And he has to worry about me switching into cav, so he has to go pikes anyway. So I like going double archery range, and he sees them both. So I know he sees them, and I know because he sees them, he knows that he has to stay in his base. But I'm just gonna have a little look here. I'm gonna double check the stone. Okay, no stone has been mined, and he has an army, including a spearman, so he's made a barracks. So I know that he's behind because he did, at the end of the day, he did not want to have that barracks. Considering I'm going double archery range. And he cannot attack me. So what I'm doing here now is I'm gonna be using one scout to deny information and one scout to obtain information. So what you'll see happening here, I'm trying to bring a scout as low as I can. And basically for a couple minutes now already, but also for the rest of this game, this scout is gonna be my scout to deny information. And then this one to obtain information. So I'm trying to prevent him from seeing how many archers I'm making. I know that he is seeing that I have 2 archery ranges. But I don't want him to know when I'm stopping producing or when I'm going castle or whatever like that. Yeah, if you go play HRE archers, make sure you get this stack as soon as you can. that will increase their movement speed. It's currently 1.25 and it goes up a bit. Here I almost mess up, but I'm on time to respond. And I'm gonna park my scout somewhere here to be able to see if his scout moves out. Checking the stone, checking his army size. I usually just drag box. And I click the archer, see if he's got any blacksmith techs. He hasn't. But he's most likely gonna be trying to pick those up soon. And I'm just gonna, pick up the 3, so these 3. Now with this scout, I'm gonna be looking for his scout. So I'm trying to find it. It's unlikely for him to walk directly out of my vision. Okay, there I see it. And once again, this scout is gonna right click his scout, and then this scout is obtaining information. So I have so he's completely in the dark in my opinion, because he's playing 1 scout and it's not seen my base in a long time. So he does not know the amount of archers that I have. I'm currently on 19. And I know that he had about 11. So what's gonna happen here is his scout is gonna run towards me to try and get information. I'm gonna be using 2 of my new archers, so I will never try to never show this group. I'm gonna, tell him to leave with 2 archers, which he knows I have archers, so this is no new information to him. And then this one is obtaining information again. Okay, he's got +1 ranged attack. He's made significant more longbows, so he wants to push me. So I'm watching this push come in, and he doesn't know my army size. And then this scout is trying to obtain information again. So what I'm gonna do here is I have these archers here. His scout is coming in. So how do you respond here? What's the best response? So what you want to do is you pull off only a couple of archers. I pull off 4. And this group, he's not allowed to see this. He's not allowed to see what I have. So a lot of people would have just double clicked, right clicked the scout, kill it, and be happy with their day. But you've given up a lot of information. And I'm currently macroing towards H3. I've slowly pulled off wood a bit, mixed it in just a couple farms. But I've macroed heavier onto gold because I want to go H3 now. I don't want to play into like 50 archers feudal or something. So I'm gonna slowly work my way towards stopping the production. But he has not seen anything. So he's completely in the dark in this game. And I see his army again. He has a blacksmith, so he's staying feudal. And I'm gonna be tracking this scout again with my information denying scout. And then this one sees the group coming, and he does not know that I saw it, because his line of sight is smaller than my scout, and my scout has never been close enough for his longbow to realize that I have vision on it. And at this point I'm just gonna be focused on taking this fight. I know I'm gonna outnumber, and like I said, the movement speed difference is massive. I have 1.38 and he has 1.12, so you can always just close the gap and just get in their face and win. So you cannot fight in the English base because they will have higher attack speed and they can actually kite because you can't dive the TC. But this is a fight on my terms. It's in the middle of the map, which means that I'm gonna be winning that fight. I'm no longer fungus on this guy. I run it in and dies. Doesn't really matter, it's just a mistake, but it's not important because the fight is happening anyway. Yeah, I'm just getting close up into his face. And at this point, I get the age of notification because that's what I'm macroing towards. And I think a lot of people would just overly micro the archers here. It's a common mistake people do. You're in the fight, you want to focus on the fight. But I think it's important here that I just pull this off, go for Burger Paradise, because I know he's stuck in feudal. And I'm just letting the archers do their thing. You can really optimize this by, taking out the low HP ones as fast as you can and stuff like that. But in the bigger picture, always just focus on your macro instead. Make sure you're producing stuff. I'm pulling off of wood now because I'm no longer going to produce a lot of archers. I want to make men-at-arms. I purposely left a gold stack and that's also why I'm aging up with the gold fills. Because as soon as I age, I want to be clicking on the second brainstormer. And I'm happy with the fight we had. We exchanged armies, but aoe has a better baseline eco, so I can go h3 and I know he can't with the amount of units that he made. Because, you know, that's just aoe strength is just their eco is ahead by default. And then English strength is more into the farms, and it takes a longer time, and like the longbows are a stronger unit in general. So as soon as I age, I get the second brainstormer. I'm gonna make a man at arms. I like to delay my upgrade. You can always just pick it up while the units are already en route. As long as this one is clicked instantly, because that takes a full minute to get, and that's the most important one. Yeah, now I upgrade my man at arms. I'm just spamming man at arms. This upgrade is soon to finish, and as soon as it finishes, I can dive in. And yeah, he can't hold it, so he taps out. So from my point of view, from my experience in this game as aoe, I always knew exactly what was going on. I knew how many units he had, when his blacksmith was made, when you know, when I just knew everything basically, and I know that English eco is weaker, so that he can't age up behind it the way I did, while also, you know, keeping ahead or similar numbers. So now let's just quickly have a look from his point of view. How did this game feel for him? Okay, so we had the little scout dance, we already talked about it. He actually did not do what I expected. I expected him to go this way, but he actually pulled up towards the mid-map, towards here. So he got this corner a bit, but you know, where he's at now, this is already been scouted. And most of that was already scouted, so. And then I think this is already scouted because of my secondary scout, the one that he met in the first place. So I didn't get overly many sheep, but whatever. Okay. So he's making a barracks, right? This is really standard. He wants to put pressure, and if he puts pressure without a barracks, without making a pike, I can just have a stable and clean his push. Okay, he sees the archery range, he even sees the double one, so he pulls back. And now he knows to stop spear production, because, you know, there's no cavalry coming, it's just double archers. But he did need this in the first place if he wanted any chance of pushing out. So his scout is trying to obtain information, he sees the two archers, he knows that they have those. You know, he doesn't know how much I've mined, he doesn't know if I'm on stone. Okay, here goes a scout. Alright. He's trying to get the information again. Here, this is where you will see the two reinforcement archers. Not learning a lot. Now he's gonna try to obtain information again. And this is where I split the archers, and he gets met with the 4 archers, so he still doesn't know a lot. He's trying to catch me here, but I realize in time and I pull away. So he's feeling good about himself in terms of he has double upgrade, and he has a decent sized army, he has 23. So he pushes out, but he's completely in the dark. He doesn't know anything about what I have and what I'm doing. And he does not see the scout. Oh, he does actually. Okay, never mind. I was just slightly too late pulling that guy away. But that's alright. So now, this is where I surprise him. And there's just no information that he had to expect that. His scout is not with his army either. Yeah, we have already seen this part. He gets right clicked. We take it, you know, we kind of both lose our army a bit. Both end up with the same size numbers, but he's forced to reproduce. Now he sees on castle, so he needs to focus on getting castle himself as soon as he can. But it's rough because, you know, baseline English eco, like I said, is just worse. My shit is coming. That's why I focused on the second brainstormer as soon as I can, so I could push as soon as I can. Yeah, he knows he needs different kind of units now, like men at arms. He should probably try to age with the white tower, but if he does that, then I'm getting the relics and everything. He sees my push coming, he taps out, he's not able to click up to H3 yet. And there's just no way for him to hold to ranged armor men at arms from H3. And yeah, here we can quickly have a look and the eco. You can basically see that I'm 800 gold ahead and 1k food ahead, and this is just the Civ differences. But the thing with H3 is that most people don't use it. Their eco lead well because they would, you know, go naked castle and then you lose fills to longbows and things fall apart or whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit different from what I've seen other people upload and stuff. And I don't think this is the sort of subject that a lot of people are talking about. And I think even among the top players, there's also people that don't even play into this sort of stuff at all. But personally, I think this is a strength of mine. And I think if you're able to control the information, if you're, you know, this is higher level stuff, right? Like if you're gold or something, just focus on the basic first. But let's say you're the kind of player that's like stuck in high diamond or low conqueror or whatever. If you can learn these sort of things, if you can figure out this sort of stuff and use it to your advantage, you could possibly improve a lot. So I hope it's going to be of any help to anybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I appreciate you guys watching. See you in the next one, which will just be the remainder of the 50 APM to Conqueror series. Goodbye.